let's move on to a film called Bad Principal, and this is you taking on the troubled financial system in our public schools.
This movie is really funny.
This movie is really
This
funny.
movie is really, really funny.
Yeah.
This has probably one of the funniest things we've ever shot in there, the football art class scene.
Oh yeah, you play a genuinely bad principal.
I am a very bad
It's
principal.
not like naughty principal.
No,
Like,
no,
she's
I
terrible
am
at this.
mean.
She's like by the end we find out she's evil. But I'm not going to ruin that. But like, watch it. You spent a lot of the school's money on shoes, and you need to find a way to sort of cut corners. And so you're going to combine gym class and art and call it GART.
And by the way, if you watch Orange is the New Black, there's something almost, because there's a part, where I combine the art class and the gym class. Mm-hmm. In Orange is the New Black, the evil woman that's in charge of the, the head of all the jails, the evil lady.
The warden.
Yeah, the warden. That's the warden. She had to cut budgets, and it turns out she was using her budget cutting money on her car. And then there's that one part where the AA and the yoga class have to be in the same room at the jail. So I was like, oh my God, like we were thinking about it's like
you were on the
kind
right
of the same
wavelength.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
when
very
are you
similar.
Getting your Netflix series, because I would love to
I
see
know,
that,
right?
But
I was like, wow, we thought of the same thing.
I've seen there are countless movies in the pornographic industry that are centered around some form of school.
Right.
And it's always some element of, how do I get out of this bad grade?
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's a cliche or anything, but you have a very different take on this. I mean, you do have that scene.
I think that school, the best thing about school is school is a wacky cast of characters.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to bring across, in my school movies. But the gym class and the art class scene I think was really funny. And then
was the inspiration for this just you needed to do like a movie about a bad principal, or did you have a message you wanted to say about our school system? Because I think it's not in the media enough.
Oh, I don't know. No, I just wanted to make a funny movie about school.
Yeah.
That's all. And I definitely wanted to capture that whole like jocks versus nerds thing, because I think that's, I don't know.
You come to a very zen conclusion about that, about how, you know what, man, we're all kind of the same. Or there's this one bit where the jock gym teacher and the art house teacher are fighting, like literally fighting over a girl. And she's like, you know what?
He hits her with a paint stick.
Which is great.
I love that part.
But there's a part where she's like, you know what? Both of these aspects of masculinity are appealing to me.
Exactly.
And so you can both have sex with me.
Exactly. And then everybody gets along.
It is. But I think that's a positive message.
It is. It's a positive message.
It's really beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's really beautiful. I don't want to ruin the twist ending.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. And then you have the really caring, the only person that cares about the school is is a music teacher.
Who's a lech. Who's an absolute lech. There's a moment.
He's so great in the movie.
He is good.
He's so good in the movie.
His first, or maybe it's a second scene, that scene has one of my favorite lines in adult cinema. It is a consistent trope, although you do a variation on it. That line is essentially, well, there must be something I can do. I love that line, because that line is basically code for, okay, let's have sex.
Yeah.
Okay, sex is on. We've done enough ad-libbing. We're good. There must be something I can do. How many times have you ever had to say there must be something I can do?
I must have had to.
I feel like there's like a documentary to be made just about that line. Yeah.
So what do we do now?
Yeah. Is making the transition from a scene to sex, is that sometimes like difficult? Like, do you worry about making a smooth transition? Or just like, scratch pants off.
It's hard sometimes when I'm writing. I will get to that point and I seriously sit there and I'm like, they need to have sex like in the next sentence. Like, what do I say? Because these people just met each other. So I usually just try to take a moment and embrace it and like say something like ridiculous. Like sometimes I'll just have someone in the script be like, so should we have sex now? Just say it, because that's what the tension's there. Sometimes instead of like what I've done recently, instead of forcing a line, just have an awkward silence and then have two people kiss. And that's, I think, hotter.
It's romantic.
It's more romantic. It's like, oh wait, I don't have to put a stupid line here. I could just have two people look at each other and then start making out, and the silence can speak volumes.
Tell me about your screenwriting process. Do you use a screenwriting program? Do you write longhand? Do you plot these things out? Do you just write free form and get it done in an afternoon?
I do use Final Draft. It's annoying. It drives me. I know it's necessary. It's
it helps.
necessary,
I mean,
especially because for other people to look at it. If I was just writing it and I was going to be the only person to ever look at this thing, I would just write it, in a Word document or something. But you can't do that. I used to do that when I first started writing scripts, and everybody on set hated me. But what I do is before I do anything, I write an outline, and I think of exactly where the movie is going to go. So I'll just break it down, and I'll be like, scene 1, a bunch of people are sitting in a room and they talk about this. Like scene 2, 2 people go in another room and then they have set. Like I make a whole map for what I do, and then I actually fill everything in. I have a couple people that I turn to because these days I get really busy. So sometimes I will just write a very detailed outline, and then I'll email that outline to one of my friends that I trust, and then they will write a first draft, and then I will take that first draft, and then I'll change it around, and sometimes I have the hardest time with the first draft. So sometimes
first draft is the hardest. Just finishing it.
I know. Sometimes if somebody does it for me, it makes it easier. Even if I literally delete a whole page and type over it, it just feels like a lot easier than me doing it myself. But it helps too, because I have to write so many of these movies. Having some friends that help me is great.
How many do you write and direct a year at this point, if you had to guess?
Well, I do direct 20 movies a year, but there's really no formula to how many of them have stories and how many of them don't. It's just kind of make it up as I go along. Like, I don't know, like last month I was like, God, the past 2 months it's just been a little too easy on everyone, just nothing but strip teases and sex. I'm like, I guess I gotta do something else this month. What should I do? Yeah. How can I make everybody be on set for 15 hours? What can I do? That's not really what I was thinking, but I'm like, okay, enough time's gone by where it's just consecutive movies of no plot. I'm like, I think it's about time for something new, and then I wrote like a slumber party movie in a couple days. I was like, how's this much time went by and we've never done a slumber party movie? So